right, Frankie, you first came back from injury on Saturday. You said you were hoping to be on the bench, and you ended up playing half the game. So how do you think it went?
Yeah, it was quite surprising. I was going up there. I think at one point I wasn't even going to be on the bench, but then Birdie was injured and that, so I managed to get a place on the bench. And I wasn't really expecting to come on either. So when Pookie went down injured, I went and warmed up. I thought there might be a chance, but I thought someone else might have came on, you know. But it was nice. It's nice to get myself back playing again.
Yeah, thrown in at the deep end, sort of big test of the fitness work you've been putting in while you have been injured with your cracked fibula. How did you feel fitness-wise?
Yeah, I didn't feel too bad at all, you know. It's like I said, with Wes, we've been doing a lot of like fitness work, and actually I kept my fitness levels out. So I felt alright, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously not the result you wanted. What did you make of the second half you played in?
It was it was a shame we didn't get a result there at all, you know, and it was some bad goals really we conceded, but it was just good on my point of view that I was back playing again, and you know what I mean. I felt quite good, to be fair. So
yeah. It's a bit like at Barnet. You scored early, a good goal, and then ended up losing 3-1. So you got any idea why?
Yeah, I think like when we do a couple of times this year, we've like scored early, and we struggled to like keep the lead. Then we've always been under the cosh slightly, like, so you could say it could be a bit of a bad thing scoring too early, you know. But I think we need to try and work on when we do get a lead, trying to keep it, you know, and go on to win the game or get some out of the game.
Yeah, and with Michael Pook and David Bird being injured, you and JJ returning from injuries come at a good time for the manager, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, a couple of lads have picked up a few little knocks and that last week and that, but from my point of view, it's good to be coming back now. It might give me a chance to come straight back into the team, but we've got quite a big squad and a few players who can play different positions in midfield, so I think there's always like a way around someone being injured, you know, because someone else can step in and do the job.
Yeah, it was sort of 4-4-1-1 almost in the first half, wasn't it, or 4-5-1, and then it went to a bit more of a 4-4-2 in the second half, with you in the centre midfield. Is that your favourite role?
Yeah, I do. I do prefer playing obviously in the centre midfield, because you obviously see a lot more of the ball and that, and you feel like you're more involved in the game, whereas when you're out on the wing a bit, you go spells maybe not touching the ball and not feeling involved in the game. So it is nice to get on the ball a lot more and that, playing in the centre.
Yeah. Do you think the only thing missing is consistency now? Because you've had some very good performances, and then obviously the away form, you haven't quite been able to turn the early goals into wins. Do you think it's just consistency really?
Yeah, like we had the back-to-back wins for the game Saturday and that, but it's just like going away from home and like getting a lead and holding the lead, you know what I mean, and like working for each other and put your lives on the line so they can't score and that. Yeah. And hopefully, because if you get back-to-back wins in this league, then you do seem to move quite a few places up the table. Yeah.
Bradford away is probably one of the hardest games on paper of the season, really. And Port Vale at home, you know, is going to be a tough one as well, because they've had a good start to the season. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, definitely. They're in the top couple in the league and that, and they're a strong team. Like, so at least, well, say it's good that we're at home after a loss, you know, and we got the we can bounce back at home with our fans and hopefully that'll influence us and that. But there will be a good team like coming down, so we'll have to be right up for that game. Yeah.
Do you think the crowd played a big part on Saturday? Because maybe the game plan was to silence the crowd, but they stayed behind their team even when they were behind, didn't they, at Bradford?
Yeah, it's a big ground there, you know, and like once they got a bit of momentum, the fans, and that did make quite a lot of noise, and well, the stadium seemed to be quite empty, but they still had something about 10,000 or something there, like, and I think that did help them. So hopefully we can be like that at Wadham Road this Saturday, and it will influence us, and we could go and get a result there. Yeah,
and you're still within striking distance of the playoffs. You dropped out of them down to ninth, didn't you, on Saturday with the defeat? But another win, you can get straight back in there, can't you?
Yeah. So it was disappointing, obviously, to lose and to drop down a few places, because if we had won, we would have put ourselves in a great position. You know, we would have been in the top 3 or 4, I expect. So hopefully we could go and pull it right this Saturday and keep ourselves within touch and distance from the automatic in the playoffs.